The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator.
He's got him in. Complete. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play. Breeze finding Thomas. 65 yards. Sometimes the one-handed catches are unnecessary, but he was trying to ward off the defender with the other, so maybe that was just a good play.
So that tells you that not only do they imagine those types of catches, they actually work on them with defenders jostling them in order to keep their concentration and haul it in.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
At the 12-yard line.
Set. Yellow lady.
Breeze going to throw. And Cook has it, left side. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone,
trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dylan Cole. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 7-7, our score after 1. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Now Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st.
It's a gain of 10.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
From the 38, Watson. Oh, man, it's caught inside the 10. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That goes for a gain of 31. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
A loss of 2.
Now from the 9, here's second and goal.
At the 9-yard line.
Check 4. 9. Check out.
A give, the first man through, Gillespie, the fullback. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. Kahale Waring with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the... formula that got them down there the first time. Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
At the 23-yard line.
Ready.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
There you are. Not today.
Now Breeze. Eluding the pressure right. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, their last 2 drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
That big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Johnson looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
And it's 3rd down.
56. 19. Check 56. Good track.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. This is Johnson. He's got it. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
A gain of 12.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
He's letting this one go for... That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one. 48 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. On first down, Miller. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Second and 9 at the 16-yard line.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. 5 yards, a good run there, and now second and goal.
The 1-yard line.
One man in the backfield, that's Miller, second and goal. Watson, that is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass, and the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now 21-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. Here's Breeze to throw. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The Saints on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is third and 7. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 23. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Texans will take over with a first and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, 42 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Being chased out left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw, Watson. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one is right down the middle. So we're at halftime of the first of 2 here on this opening Monday night of 2019. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
All day, baby, let's go. Let's go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. Flush to his right. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. From the red zone now, Watson. That is caught inside the 5. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Saints take over 1st and 10.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Zach Cunningham able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Ready. 5-9. Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got
Kill.
Keep moving.
Hey, kill. Wait a second.
Now Breeze on third down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. This is taken at about the 14. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the road
true.
to be fairly clear
That is
by the time we have to leave the booth.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Out of the gun, Watson. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now it's Watson, flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Cameron Jordan, his second sack of the night.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12. Here's Watson. And he's got some space here. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On third down, here's Kamara. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a fourth down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. That's caught. It's Thomas. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They get 6 yards going for it on fourth, and now it's first and goal. They'll run it with Kamara into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. No gain on the play, and it's going to be second and goal.
Leads to second and goal at the Texans' 1-yard line.
Another shot from the 1 on second and goal.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Check. 25.
Bridgewater with a keeper. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Teddy Bridgewater scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead is down to 24. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
The Texans take over first and 10.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, it does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Watch tape for 3. Watch tape.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. From the gun, Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Here's Ginn. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And he slings one that's incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
On 2nd and 10, Watson caught left side Hopkins. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Let's make these.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away as his guys continue to pour it on.
Offensive line coaches always tell their guys, if we score touchdowns, that means we get to the end zone first. That's exactly what those blockers did, clearing the way for their back.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now here live in New Orleans. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Hey, 5-9. 12.
To throw again on 2nd down. Breeze. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Breeze now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Breeze. It's brought in right side by Ginn. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
25 yards on the play.
Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
They'll give him 8 on the play, and it's a second down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Kamara, and only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy who can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, oh, he's a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
95-56, 95-56.
Check, butt set. Check, butt set.
Into the red zone, it's Breeze. Escaping the pressure right. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara. And that'll bring up 2nd down. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
To throw again on 2nd down. Breeze. And this is caught at the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches.
Hey, Alpha. 50.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. They run. It's Kamara. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And this Texans defense stands tall. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time.
As I was watching the play unfold, my eyes immediately went to the referee because I wanted to see, was he going to put those 2 hands over his head and that universal signal for a safety? But it's at the 1-yard line. You know you're playing with fire when you get sacked that close to the goal line.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. That defense just did not budge, and now your punter. Well, this is why you pay him.
It is. It's exactly why you pay him. But what he's got to be thinking about are a couple of things. Number 1, don't step back. Could be a safety. Number 2, cut down your time on your mechanics. If you're a 2-step punter, it needs to be 1 step and get rid of the football.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Zach Cunningham bringing the pressure yet again. That's his third sack here tonight.
Ready. Yellow lady.
Mike 51. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Hey, E, 23rd.
From the gun on third down, Breeze looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down. The Saints do snap it. It's Breeze. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Breeze. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing on second down. Breeze. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Left side, it's Dorsett. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of it.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Big fourth down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on fourth down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. And Watson's going to throw it here. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
The Texans on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Throw left side complete. It's Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Watson on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Maybe a free play for Watson. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. And we'll have to check the flag, but I think this one's going to stand. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't
would do
even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's in this? And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Sack, baby. Sack.
So Houston going to come away here with